of Matthew. I'm going to read from chapter 14, verses 13 and 14. Now, when Jesus had heard about John, he withdrew from there in a boat to a secluded place by himself. And when the people heard of this, they followed him on foot from the cities. When he went ashore, he saw a large crowd, and he felt compassion for them and healed their sick. So, John the Baptist had just been beheaded, and Jesus found out about it. So he wanted to be alone, and I would imagine it would have been, to grieve and to pray to his, to our Father for comforts, um, or whatever, because Jesus did have human emotions that we all had, and if we remember, John the Baptist was actually Jesus's cousin. So John the Baptist was family. So going off to a secluded place, I would imagine Jesus wanted to be alone so he could grieve the loss of his cousin. I'm not 100% sure on that, but um, being human like we were while he was on this earth, I think it would stand to reason why he would want to be alone after hearing the news that his cousin was beheaded. Um, but anyways, he gets all the people heard where he was going towards the secluded place. So they traveled from their cities by foot. They didn't follow by boat; they followed by foot. So that means they went around. Probably some of them probably went around the Sea of Galilee, or they're just the cities around the area where they heard that he was going to. Uh, you know, but anyways, they all got there and they were waiting for Christ to come back to shore. And when Jesus saw that, even in his grief for the loss of his cousin, he had compassion. He had love for the people. And so, what did he do? He didn't tell them to go away. He started healing their sick. And then he started to minister them. And this is actually the setting right before he feeds them. Um, and it's where he feeds them, where it said that there was 5,000 men, not including women and children, that he fed soon after that, with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. But um, Christ's love and compassion was so great for the people that he was willing to put aside his grief, because that's the only reason I can think of that would make sense why he would want to be alone, is because he was grieving a loved one. Like I said, I could be wrong, and believe me, I'm not trying to place words into into the scriptures. I am just going by what I feel, um, what Christ was doing, and that's just basically going to be by himself so he can grieve his cousin's death. Um, but despite his own suffering or his own grief, he put it aside when he saw the needs of others before him. And so he gave himself again to minister to them. It's a good example to me that we're going to go through times of loss, times of suffering, but we can't get ourselves so consumed in our grief, in our suffering, that we push others away, or even worse, we refuse to even help others in need. Jesus came to the shore facing a crowd, a lost flock, his lost flock. And so his compassion compelled him to heal the sick and to minister them. Um, so whenever we suffer a great loss, a family member, be it cousin, father, mother, brother, sister, whatever, or close friend, you know, it's okay to go and have your grief, but definitely don't let that grief consume your life and consume your soul, um, because that's going to make for a very, very lonely life. Um, so, kind of short and sweet to the point today, I guess you could say. Um, but just remember, when you see others in need, let's do like Jesus did. Help them, even if we're going to be, even if we're going through some type of suffering or grief ourselves. Because when we help others, we bless others, and when we bless others, God blesses us. And who knows, your grief might be turned into joy after seeing the change or the joy or gratitude that you may receive from helping that person who's in need, despite the fact that you're suffering yourself. With that, I love you guys. You have a blessed day, and we'll see you tomorrow.